We're back again with another episode of Focus. That is Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec, where we will cover FOC for 7/25/2022 for books releasing 3 weeks out. That is Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec, where we will cover FOC for books or 7/25/2022 for books releasing 3 weeks out. As you know, we cover keys, spec, first appearances, first cover appearances, number one issues. That is what it is. As always, we want to keep the lights on. We want to get new lights. So peep the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Comic Sense Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Find us on Instagram. Find us on the Twitter. COMIXSENSE. Comic Sense on all of the social media platforms. Shout out to Robert Paulson, Chris Johnson, Peter Maresca, Jason Robinson. Shout out to you all. Shout out to everyone taking their time out on this fine Tuesday morning to hang out with Comic Sense, have your coffee, take your kids to school, whatever it is you do early morning. We're going to get into it. This is a dope week. Tons of keys on this FOC. So let us get into it. Very popular book coming 2 times over on FOC. Yeah, man, I'm going to get into it. Y'all know I can talk. I talk so much. They even made a mug that says, "Shut up, ish." Shout out to my homie who hooked me up with that. Even got the shut up ish. Issue X is not going to shut up. We're going to get into it. So, really dope week. Let us start it off. Let me go ahead and bring up Diamond. Y'all know how we do. We go right into Diamond. First book we got is from Aftershock. It is called Jimmy's Little Expletive, but BASTARDS. For those who know, I don't use profanity, so there is what it is. Jimmy's Little Fatherless Children. So this is the 1 in 15 from Aftershock Comics. It is back order, not stock. That cover is by John McCree. What a sick cover. It's like the monkey from Powerpuff Girls on some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles experimental craziness. It's a dope cover. That is the John McCree 1 in 15 back order, out of stock. And then you have your A cover, which is also back order, not stocked. And this is your Andy Clark cover of Jimmy's Little Expletives. There's a lot going on this cover. Very interesting. So this is written by the Garth Ennis. Yes, we all know Garth Ennis can write. Drawn by Russell Braun, and cover artist by Andy Clark. A new generation of fatherless children is back and bolder than ever. A special 3-issue oversized prestiged format miniseries from Jimmy's creators, Garth Ennis and Russ Braun. After the shattering events of his last adventure, Jimmy is on an extended leave from British intelligence, sliding slowly into middle age. With carpet slippers, tragic sweater, and cup of cocoa to match, the formerly sexist super spy is even reevaluating his attitude to women. His daughter, don't say it, don't you dare say it, Nancy, is taking up the slack in fine style, cutting a bloody swath through the Regent Rogues gallery. But a mysterious message starts Jimmy looking into his family's murky past, where he finds a clue to a strange and deadly new danger. Jimmy's Little Expletives, #1 by Garth Ennis and Russ Braun. So this is what it is. Back order, out of stock. Jimmy is back. He's not even a misogynist anymore, or whatever the case may be. Things are changing. Aftershock, out of stock. Make your phone calls. Call your people. That is what is dropping from Aftershock 3 weeks from yesterday, or excuse me, from this upcoming Wednesday. Boom. So we get right into boom. Yeah, everybody can tune out if they want to for this particular one. I say it should be on your pull list. You collect Star Wars. Listen, greatest sci-fi space soap opera epic ever put to print. This is Dune, The Waters of Conley, #4. I feel like everybody should be having Dune in a box, back issues of Dune in a box somewhere that they forget about. Very, very, very tough read, Dune is. I don't want to say tough. It's very intelligent. Very hard to recreate because of how in depth. I don't want to say convoluted, but it's not the right word. How in depth Dune is, how detailed and rich the story is. So this is the Dune, The Waters of Conley, number 4. Also back order, not stocked. So there's that. There is your 1 in 10 copy featuring one of the worms. That is your 1 in 10 copy done by Francesco Motorino. And then you have your FOC reveal, which is your 1 in 10 with a trade dress. And then you have your 1 in 25 copy incentive by Yoon Goon Yoon. And of course, there is a 1 per store somewhere up in here. Here it is. Your 1 per store, which is beautiful. Beautiful 1 per store done by the Christian Ward. And then you have your, well, that's your cover A right here. And that is done also by Christian Ward. So, written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Artist Francesco Motorini. Cover artist Christian Ward. Gurney, the Gurney Halleck, because we be all up in this Dune stuff, and the smugglers have eluded the Harkonnen forces and retreated to Arrakis, but they come back empty-handed and defeated. However, Gurney's secret plan is finally set in motion. Will he have his revenge against the Beast? That would be Beast Rabban. Or will the sacrifices be for nothing? So I'm imagining that is Gurney and the Beast Rabban, who will be played by Batista, who has been played by Batista, of the Harkonnens. Listen, we be all up in this Dune stuff. Let us peep the preview game. That's not the one. That ain't it. It's not the one we want. No preview for number 4. Oh, well. And I actually showed you the unlockable for number 1. So I do apologize about that. I do apologize. I showed you the unlockable for number 1. So let us just look at the unlockable for number 4. Nope, I did show you it. Christian Ward Virgin variant. So, yep. All right, now you guys can tune back in. I know you tuned out when we got to Dune early on. Tune back in. I'm telling you, mark my words, leaving Dune off your pull list. People are going to be chasing down these Dune books, but we're going to get into a book that I know people are going to be excited for. This is Grimm number 3, second print. All of these things are going back to print. Why? Fire. Can't keep these things on the shelf. Grimm number 3, second print. Shout out to Dr. Stephanie Phillips. Shout out to Dr. Stephanie Phillips. There is your Grimm number 3. It is also back order, not stocked. I'm going to show you the cover. I'm going to try to show you the cover. So this is Grimm number 3, the second print. Love that blue logo. Definitely they're just giving us the number 3 first print cover again, but that's what it is. It is written by Stephanie Phillips, cover artist Flaviano. Jess's excursion to the world of the living yields grave consequences when her boss imposes some intense penalties. However, it will take more than that to keep Jess from breaking the rules, especially with the mystery of why she alone can travel between worlds motivating her. Listen, number 3 just dropped last week. And what do we get in number 3, right? We got the first full appearance of the End. Dope issue. Very quick read. Got right to the point. We got the End. We got his cameo appearance at the end of number 2. We got the End at the end. And then we get him fully in issue number 3. We understand that the End's job is to keep balance between the living and the dead. And he can go to like heaven and hell and all the limbo and kill some stuff. He can do it. And he's coming. And him and Adira have seemingly made a deal. Spoiler, listen, the book's a week old. This is what we do. So, keeping with Grimm, because we got Grimm number 4 dropping. Ooh, we excited for this one. You should be excited for this one. Have this one on your pull list. Make sure you are collecting Grimm. This is, we're going to start from the top. You got your 1 in 25 Frisson cover. Every one of these covers have first appearances. We haven't even seen these characters yet. This is by Jenny Frisson. We have not seen these characters in the book yet. Haven't seen them yet. So we always get these first appearances, first cover appearances, not first appearances, but certainly first cover appearances when Jenny Frisson does these covers. Here's your 1 in 10 Simone, gorgeous Simone DeMeo cover. Cover is dope. Really, really dope. That is your 1 in 10 incentive variant. And then your unlockable, obviously a variation of the Frisson cover. Cover appearances. First cover appearance. We haven't even seen these characters yet. So if they're in the book, then another key book for issue number 4. Here's your, I just showed you the one per store. And so, yeah, there's that. So now we're going to go straight to the FOC reveal done by Morgan Beam. Very interesting. Clearly watercolor. Dope. And then we are going to go to your cover C, which is a Frisson cover with the trade dress. That is your cover C. And then your Flaviano foil, which will be also cover A. That is your Flaviano foil, which will also be cover A. Cover A will have the trade dress done by Flaviano. So yeah, obviously writer Stephanie Phillips, cover artist Flaviano. With her very afterlife at stake, Jess must confront a dangerous figure raising questions about her own death. Now a fugitive, Jess needs answers and is running out of options. Luckily, a new powerful scythe might be the key to deciphering this entire mystery. Something happened last issue. I hope you're reading Grimm, because she got herself a scythe last issue. Y'all was paying attention. I'm not going to spoil that. She got herself a scythe last issue. And what's up with these these little fraternal twins on this cover? Who are they? We have not seen them in the series yet. Cover appearances, first cover appearances. You want the A cover, back order, out of stock. You absolutely want this Frisson cover C. You absolutely want this cover featuring the first appearances of characters yet to be seen. You want it. Okay, then we're going to move on. We have a very interesting book. Y'all hear me give a speech all the time. If you put a 1 per store on FOC, I'm going to order the 1 book to get the 1 per store. It is usually a Power Rangers or a Buffy book. It is a Power Rangers book. In this case, I didn't order 1 copy of this book to get the 1 per store. I ordered a bunch of copies of this book and wish I could get a bunch of 1 per stores. Listen, you're going to want this issue of Power Rangers. I am telling you, if you believe in collecting and making sure that you have iconic American pop culture stuff, then you want this book. You want it. This is Power Rangers. Oh boy, that's what we're doing. All right, we're gonna fix this. I forgot everything is Power Rangers Unlimited. So you're getting something really dope in this issue. This is Power Rangers Unlimited Death Ranger #1. You heard it. Unlimited Death Ranger #1. It is a one-shot. Here is your unlockable 1 per store, featuring the Death Ranger on the cover. He's on all the covers. He's on all the covers. Here's your 1 in 25. There he is. That is the Death Ranger, almost like a Batman who laughs. Look at all the Rangers laid out behind him. Like he's got the Batman who laughs. Like if the Power Rangers had a Batman who laughs, there is the Ranger who laughs. Here is your 1 in 10 copy incentive, also featuring the Death Ranger. First full appearance of the Death Ranger. Yes, you want this book. Here is your foil, which is a foil of the 1 per store, featuring Death Ranger. And here is your cover A, also featuring the Death Ranger. You want this book. So Power Rangers Unlimited Death Ranger #1. This is a Keila K. Valerio cover, written by Paul Allor, artist Catherine Lobo, cover artist Keila K. Valerio. The legendary Omega Rangers. The who? The what? The legendary Omega Rangers defended the universe from evil thousands of years ago. The 6 of them using their elemental powers to protect others from sinister forces. That all changed when one key member turned on the others, seduced by the death-defying powers of the Rangers' greatest foe. How does this Ranger connect to what's locked in the mysterious Omega Vault in safe haven so many millennia later, as everything converges in the highly anticipated charge to 100. So back order not stocked. It's gone. People know about. When's the last time you seen a Power Rangers book back order not stocked out the gate? People know. You don't gotta collect Power Rangers. Look at the price on this book, right? The tag is like $7.99 for the A cover, $8.99 for the B cover, and it's out of stock. People wasn't even concerned. Retailers weren't concerned about the price. They ordered this thing. Make sure you have, at the very least, cover A. You don't collect Power Rangers. If you don't read Power Rangers, cool. Put it in a box. Forget about it. Unlimited Death Ranger #1. Yeah, it's going to be a dope book. It's going to be a dope book. So make sure you have it. Call your people. Make your phone calls. You know what time it is. Superhero fair. And this one, man, oh man. Also out of stock, 2 covers, B cover, cover A. Cover B is by Igor Kordy. That is your cover B, back order, not stocked. 20th Century Men, cover B. We're going to get into it because I like this book. This is your Morian, cover A. Man, what's going on up in this book? Let's find out. It's an Image Comics book written by Dennis Camp, artist, cover artist S. Morian. It is an extra length first issue that is back order, not stocked. So then at the end of the 20th century, superheroes, geniuses, madmen, and activists rushed towards World War III. A Soviet iron hero, a superpowered American president, an insane cyborg soldier, an Afghan woman hell-bent on building a better life for her people. These strange yet familiar beings collide in a story that mixes history, politics, and comic book mythology into something totally new. Welcome to the 20th Century Men, where the edges of our reality and fiction touch, overlap. I need to know how this thing is going to play out. Is there a preview? There is. We're going to peep the preview game because that is what we do. Love the coloring on this book. Different art style, almost in the vein of a Bill Sienkiewicz. The coloring is just beautiful. This looks like it's going to be a very strong book. I like it when books look like they're clearly passion projects, because then you know you're getting something really dope. And for those of us who like aftermarket value, the potential is there. So that is Image. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We have Donny Cates. On a Spec show. This is crossover #1 3D special. We just don't want to leave it on the table. We don't want you to leave it on the table. So here is your 3D special of crossover #1. It looks like crossover #1, except I'm sure it comes with some 3D glasses. They added 3D glasses to the character's face. So, written by Donny Cates, artist, cover artist, Jeff Shaw, and various. Imagine everything you thought was fantasy was real. Now join us in a world where reality is dead and anything is possible. I'm not going to get into the whole, you already know, crossover's been out for a bit. Back order out of stock. Crossover #1 3D special. Look for it. Here's a big one. Here's a really, really big one. Image is having a 30th anniversary in there. I told you. I said this if you watched the last show. They are calling up all of the people from back in the day. Yo, bro. Remember that character you used to do at Image? Wildstar. Want to bring him back? How about over there at Shadowline? How about you bring back Shadowhawk? Yes, we are going to find out who the last Shadowhawk is. And we have tons of options because there are tons of covers that are that within the pages are going to lead us to the conclusion, to the answer. Who is the last Shadowhawk? Let us get all these covers because there's tons of them. Here's the one shot is a 3D, which I mean that hasn't come in yet. It was actually supposed to come in before this book as a like in advance on the book. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Here's your 1 in 100 copy incentive of The Last Shadowhawk cover art, Jim Valentino and Todd McFarlane. Does that mean that Jim inked over Todd? I believe we have Jim Valentino inking over Todd McFarlane on this cover. That's dope. How often do you see that? Jim Valentino over Todd McFarlane on your 1 in 100. Here is your 1 in 75. This is Philip Tan and Daniel Henriquez. Wow. That is dope. That is a dope 1 in 75. 1 in 75. Here's your 1 in 50, an homage clearly to the original Shadowhawk #1, volume 1, #1, Valentino over Liefeld. Valentino inking over Liefeld. And then you have your 1 in 30. Yes, they doing 1 in 30s over there at Image these days. Jim Valentino over Liefeld. Really? You had to go with the red line? You couldn't? Like, what are we doing? I mean, nobody sees this as lazy. You're just going to leave the red line. So 1 in 20. This is Philip Tan. Beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Philip Tan cover. That is your 1 in 20. And then we have a 1 in 10. This is what Image is doing. They want all of that loot, which is also a Philip Tan cover. Also very dope. He's not leaving red lines at the very least. Back order not stocked on all of these, by the way. And then we have your 30th anniversary blank sketch cover done by our homeboy Blank Sketch. Dope artist. I mean, he's the hardest working artist in comics. Blank Sketch pops up on almost every other book in comics, handling his business. Here he is with another. He's got a white Blank Sketch. He's got a white and a black one. Blank Sketch. Shout out to Blank Sketch. And then we have your cover F is a montage of a bunch of different dope Shadowhawk covers throughout history. We remember this cover up here. If y'all can see that, can't highlight it. Just some of the standout covers. It might even be all of them. Back order not stocked again on all of these books. And then you have cover E, which is going to give you a Jim Valentino cover art on this. Old school Image Comics. Got the logo, the whole nine. That is cool. And then you have your cover D, which is, again, an homage not to the first Shadowhawk, but volume 2, #1. That is an homage to volume 2, #1 of Shadowhawk. And then you have the cover C. Very cool cover. Very, very cool cover. And that is done by Bill Sienkiewicz, which is why I think it's very cool. That's a Bill Sienkiewicz C cover. And then you have your B cover in the vein of Youngblood, done by Jim Valentino. You got Savage Dragon, you got Bedrock, you got Witchblade, Spawn, Invincible, and Shadowhawk, done in the vein of the very first Image comic, which would be Youngblood. And then you have your cover A, last but certainly not least, which is a Philip Tan cover. Another Philip Tan, the same Philip Tan cover, which is really dope. That's the cover I went with cover A as well, because like Philip Tan killed it. He showed up and killed it. Written by Philip Tan and Brian Haberlin. Love Brian Haberlin's work. Artist Philip Tan and Daniel Henriquez. Cover artist Philip Tan and various. In the not too distant future, the world will be just as it is today, only worse. Evil has permeated the very fabric of society, from the halls of government to the darkened alleyways. Will the heroes who once defended the downtrodden fail them now? Will a new generation rise, inspired by the last of the old? Who will be the last Shadowhawk? Back order not stocked. Preview game for us to peep. Wow. What a way to open up a preview. That joint punches you in the face. That is fire. Crazy. This is going to be dope. You only get 2 pages. So all you need is 2 pages. But you only get 2 pages. This is going to be dope. Don't leave it on the table. Get Last Shadowhawk. You have tons of options. You don't got to get them all. Make sure you get cover A. Make sure cover A is in your collection. Make sure it's on your pull list. It's on your to-do list that particular week. We have Seven Sons, number 3. There's only 7 issues of this book. We like Jay Lee. When Jay Lee decides to do a comic book after not doing one since 1994, we figure we might as well pay attention to what the guy has to say. The image for the 1 in 25 is not available. We already know what it is. It is going to be a black and white of the A cover because he's been phoning it in since he came back. Got to crawl before you walk is what he said. So he's been phoning it in with those covers. It's just what it is. Here is your Jay Lee cover of number 3. Written by Robert Wyndham and Kelvin Mao. Artist, cover artist, Jay Lee. Jay Lee returns to creator-owned comics with his first new title since 1994. A 7-issue limited series. In issue 3, Ep's death at the hands of Allah's Watchmen sets Delph on a path to uncover the hidden origins of the Church of the Seven. Book from Image. If you aren't looking in its direction, pick up number 1, give it a try. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, the last book we have from Image, his name is, well, they call him the Shirtless Bear Fighter. And so we have Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, number 1. And we're going to run down these. We got a 25 copy incentive of Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, number 1, done by Daniel Warren Johnson. He's shirtless. He's fighting a bear. What else would you expect on the cover of a book called Shirtless Bear Fighter? Then we have a 1 in 10 copy incentive. And on this book, he's, wow, you got beef with the panda bears too? I mean, the koala bears too? Yeah, clearly. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, Koalas Ripped My Flesh. One of those old homage to like those romance type comics. Thirst Lady, My Secret Service, How to Avoid Losing Your Shirt in the Fur Trade. Threadbare, What Torn Clothes Reveal About Anatomy. So this is what you get on this cover. Choking out the koala. These are some Wolverine. The one koala got a gun, like a gun made of bamboo. What are we doing here? This is dope. That is your Paulo Rivera cover. Paulo Rivera is very creative with this cover. Blank Sketch hooked us up with a cover. Doesn't want to show us. He doesn't want to reveal his cover yet. But I have a feeling Blank Sketch is going to, listen, Blank Sketch always shows up. So I feel like he's going to show up on this one too. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, number 1, cover B. It's going to get you a Chris Brunner wraparound cover. And of course, he's on the cover, shirtless, with a bear. And cover A, Shirtless Bear Fighter. The only cover where he's not on the cover shirtless. Oh, there's a bear. Never mind. He's on the cover shirtless with a bear. Shirtless Bear Fighter number 2. That is your Dave Johnson cover. It is a miniseries premiere, a new story arc written by Jody Lee Hoop. Art by Neil Vendro and cover artist Dave Johnson. Finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Shirtless Bear Fighter returns to the war on Bearer in a wild new action comedy with higher stakes. New characters and all the heart and hilarity you expect from series co-creator Jody LeHoip and Neil Vendro. This time, Shirtless's search for his true origin sets him on a cosmic collision course with the bear god Ursa Major. The battle begins this August with 32 ad-free pages of side-splitting flapjack theory. Do not miss it. Shirtless Bear Fighter number 2. And just so you know, this cover was done by Chris Brunner. Don't think I shouted out Chris Brunner. Don't want to leave. They're not going anywhere. Not only are they not going anywhere, they keep dropping new books. They got a new book. This is Evanescence. Yes, they have a book. You remember Evanescence? She sang really loud, high soprano. Yeah, I remember her from back in the early 2000s. So we have a 1 in 10 copy. This is Evanescence Echoes from the Void, #1 from Opus Incendium. You got your 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Kelly McKiernan. That is the Kelly McKiernan cover. A lot of detail in this thing. Really pretty pastel purples and pinks, some blues. Dope cover. Then you have your 5 copy incentive cover. Also a dope cover. That cover is also done by Kelly McKiernan. Dope cover. And then you have your cover A, which is also done by Kelly McKiernan. Evanescence Echoes from the Void, written by Kerry Lee South, artist, cover artist Kelly McKiernan, from Grammy Award-winning rock band Evanescence. Echoes from the Void features adaptations of the band's musical catalog and short stories created by an all-star cast of graphic artists, animators, illustrators, fine artists, screenwriters, novelists, and more. The first issue is inspired by the single Better Without You, which appears on their 5th album, The Bitter Truth, in 2021, which is when it dropped. So then, back order, not stocked. That is Evanescence Echoes from the Void, coming from Opus Incendium. But Opus Incendium got some more joints dropping. They got the one book that you should have on your pull list from them every week. Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, #4. Yep, 4 issues in, and this thing is still kicking, and it is out of stock. We're gonna start off with that 1 in 20 copy incentive with the David Finch cover. He murdered this cover. That crazy. David Finch, crazy. That is your David Finch 1 in 20 copy incentive. Here is your 1 in 10. Also, David Finch trade dress of the Virgin 1 in 20. Also, David Finch, here is your video game homage cover. This Diego Galinda Sega Genesis, all up in this piece cover right there. Every issue, right? You got the blank cover, then you got the toy variant, then you got the old school comic homage, and now you're getting the video game. These 1 in 5s, they're very creative with what they choose to do with their 1 in 5s. Then you have your cover B, done by the Frank Frazetta. They're using some of Frazetta's art. This might even be his first cover for the series outside of the art they used on the second print of #1. Have to confirm that. And then we have Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, #4. It is by Opus Comics, writer Mitch Iverson, artist Stefano Martino, cover artist Marco Torrini. More mysteries of Death Dealer's past are revealed as he learns his place in an upcoming war that threatens to destroy the world. But the Cursed Warrior is more concerned about saving the woman and the child that restored a sliver of his humanity. More mysteries of Death Dealer's past are revealed. Back order, not stock. Be all up on this book. Be on this book. Vault Comics has a new title dropping. It is called End After End, #1. End After End. Matter of fact, we're going to refine this search because it's Vault. They probably have everything from a 1 in 100 all the way down. 1 in 100, 75, 50, all of that stuff, because that's what they do. And certainly that's what they have. So here's your End After End, #1, 1 in 100. Jason Sean Alexander on the foil. Man, you know, he's a student. He's from that Bill Sienkiewicz school. Now I know what time it is. 1 in 75, same thing. Jason Sean Alexander, Virgin of the 1 in 100 foil. Then you have your 1 in 50, also by Jason Sean Alexander. Then you have your 1 in 25, which is done by Nicolay Villager. That is your 1 in 25. And then you have a 1 in 10 done by Ming Doyle. Then we're going to move into the 1 in 5 copy incentive done by Jacob Phillips. And we have your cover B done by Liana Kangas. That is your cover B. And finally, cover A done by Sunando C. Sunando C on your cover A. So, written by David Andrew and Tim Daniel, cover artist Sunando C. Life is nothing if not a series of endings. School, jobs, friendships, love, until the end. Walter Williams' end was fast and unexpected. His was an unremarkable life. So, how is it that his story continues as cannon fodder in an endless war waged against an insatiable darkness hell-bent on consuming all of existence? And is Walter right in believing he's arrived in the midst of this titanic battle as the one destined to finally end it? That's the tale of end after end. Back order not stocked is also the tale of end after end because it's gone. Make sure it's on your pull list. That was Vault. Finally, we have one more book from Zenescope. Don't like talking about this book. Have to talk about this book. That 1 in 10 from issue number 1, the Green Eggs and Ham homage cover. Crazy cover. This is Man Goat and Bunny Man. Green Eggs and Blam number 2. We like these 1 in 10 homage covers to Dr. Seuss, so we ordered this one. We're not going to get it. Oh, that's why we're not going to get it. All right, what else did we do here? Man, Goat, and Bunny Man, Green Eggs, and that's what it is. 1/, 2/, red/, blue/, Dr. Seuss homage cover. Look at what the 1 in 10 of number 1 did on that Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham homage cover. It went crazy, like crazy. So we like these 1 in 10s. And then you have your cover C. Yeah. That's the stripper cover. I believe that was done by, it's a Reyes cover. So there's that. And then you have your cover B. Definitely you want the A cover. I'm just throwing that out there. You want cover A. That is the Tarragona cover. I'm not saying you should be grabbing every issue of this book. I'm saying you should be looking for that 1 in 10 for sure. For sure. And then your cover A by Vitorino. So what do we have? We have writer Joe Brescia. They don't want to give us anything else. We're going to say that Bunny Man teams up with his new best friend, Jackalope Jack, to find out what really happened to his father. There's just 2 sex-starved rabbit cryptids out on fun buddy trip trying to avoid certain death by robot assassins and interdimensional killer dogmen. What could possibly go wrong? Man Goat, Bunny Man, Green Eggs and Blam, number 2. Going to show it to you again. This is your 1 in 10 Dr. Seuss homage cover. It's probably the cover you're going to be looking for. You go to your local comic shop, they're going to want $10 or some percentage off of $10, or they're probably going to mark it up. They're not going to, you're not going to get the 1 in 10. If the cover price is $10, you know how it works. You know how they do at them shops. Unfair market at its finest. So I'm going to check your comments. We're going to peep the comic game really quick, and then I'm going to go into Marvel, and we're going to get it done. You know what time it is. We're going to go get these new comic books. We're going to go get them processed. But in the meantime, I'm going to check out y'all comments. Good morning, J-Pop. Shout out to the homie Rattles, Chris Johnson, Peter Maresca. Question, is all the Spec pregame a set day and time? Always have an issue finding it live. It is not, Peter. I'm working on making it one, but I usually try to have it done between a Friday and a Sunday. Sometimes I go early because I'm just feeling it. You know what I mean? I feel like, okay, I want to go live, and it might be Friday and I've done everything that I need to do. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do the pregame, or I believe I did it Sunday because we were running behind this week. So we did it Sunday. I probably should have a set time. It's generally, I try to do it between Friday and Sunday. Certainly the latest Monday. I try not to do it on Monday though, but it's generally just when I'm feeling it. I know in that weekend, at some point I'm going to drop it, but I just might be feeling like, okay, let's go live and let's handle this. But I'm gonna try to set up something so that it's at a more regular rate. Shout out to the homie Rich Doesn't Read, Jason Robinson. Shout out to everybody in the room. Appreciate you. We're gonna cover Marvel. Marvel has a big book. You can peep the header and see what I'm talking about. In the meantime, peep the scroll game at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Comic Sense group on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Twitter. We try to get some new lights up in here. Everybody, I got a homie who's actually in the comments who always tells me like, yo, Ish, you need better light. We trying to get the lights up in here. Check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, find a video, thumb it up, thumb it down. Y'all know what time it is. Let us get to Marvel. Really big books coming from Marvel. Not a lot of books coming from Marvel this week that we're recommending, but big books. We're going to start out with a big one that we think is going to be big. Avengers Forever #8. Looking on Key Collector for this book and they said nothing, and I'm reading the synopsis and I'm like, yo, something. So there is your Juan Jose Rip cover. Juan Jose Rip. Then you're getting a very cool, you want this cover. I like this cover. It is Aaron Cooter. We ordered this book. You want this book. We like Key Books. We're going to tell you why. Writer Jason Aaron, artist, cover artist. The most broken Thor in the multiverse. One who watched Asgard burn, watched Midgard be defiled, and was helpless to stop it, as he's a Thor who cannot lift his own hammer. In desperation, Thor will turn to another of Earth's great powers, becoming a pupil of the Thunderer of mystical Kunlun, the guardian of the immortal fist. What are we doing? Cover appearance, immortal. Meet him. That means you have not met him before. I don't know why Key Collector ain't all up on this. I ain't hating on Key Collector. Comic Sense. This is what we do. Read the synopsis. I always say, you got to read the synopsis on these things. You have to read this. You have to be reading. Cover appearance. Thor as the Iron Fist. Love how this starts off. The fists of the unworthy Thor. Meet the most broken Thor. This is an introduction. Thor as the Iron Fist. Avengers Forever #8. We love this multiversal stuff. Marvel has just told us what we've been saying all along. Marvel's multiverse matters. We've been saying this. We have been saying here at Comic Sense that the multiverse matters. Don't leave it on the table. San Diego Comic-Con just ended. Tons of stuff came out of that con. All of it related to Marvel's. They got them. They're calling it the multiverse phase of Marvel. Marvel's multiverse. It matters. That is for Avengers Forever #8. We have, you already seen these people on your TV screen, so of course you're going to see them in the pages of your comic books. This is Damage Control. Damage Control has a new book. This has 2 covers. This is your Will Robeson variant featuring She-Hulk, Ghost Rider, Quicksilver, Nightcrawler, and the guy who works in the mailroom. So that is your Damage Control #1 Robeson cover. And then you have your cover A, which is done by Carlos Pacheco, and it features Moon Knight, Quicksilver, Ghost Rider, Nightcrawler, She-Hulk, and the guy who works in the mailroom. So that is Damage Control #1, written by Adam F. Goldberg and Hans Rodionov, artist J.P. Foskett and Will Robeson, cover artist Carlos Pacheco. From the creators of TV's The Goldbergs, Marvel's unsung heroes finally get sung. After the mega-powered battles and Hulk-level catastrophes, Damage Control is always there to clean up the mess and get things back to normal. But Damage Control is much more than witness it all through the eyes of Gus, a fresh-faced, eager newcomer to the company who has no idea how chaotic his life is about to become. This is Damage Control #1. We're going to go on a journey with Gus and see the chaos. Damage Control #1. Make sure you have at the very least the A cover. Do not leave it on the table. So, next from Marvel, the big book. Ooh, we got a big one. I'm calling Fantastic Four, a modern era Fantastic Four book, a big book. Yes, I am. Yes, this one is big. People are waiting for this book. This is Fantastic Four #46. That is your Stormbreaker RB Silva cover. Fantastic Four #46, featuring the Thing incognito style. Here is your Superlog Predator variant. And then the A cover, you'll want the A cover at the very least. Why is this book important? And it's still in stock. Why are we saying this book is important? This cover is by Cafu, one name artist. Again, seems to be the trend, but why is it important? There's a hand. Reed Richards is reading for the hand. His entire family is on this cover. All of his peoples, his children. Why? Alicia Masters. What's up with this book? Written by Dan Slott, artist, cover artist, Cafu. Family first. Not a dream, not a hoax. This is real. Thanks to the knowledge of the Watchers, the lost daughter of Nathaniel Richards has been found. It's time to finally meet the mysterious sister of Reed Richards. But is it time to welcome her into the family? It's a day of amazing adventures, both in her world and in the world of the Fantastic Four. Guest starring Namor, King of Atlantis. So then, family first. Not a dream, not a hoax. This is real. Thanks to the knowledge of the Watchers, the lost daughter of Nathaniel Richards has been found. It's time to finally meet the mysterious sister of Reed Richards. I will say no more. I will say no more. We already know Fantastic Four, #46. You definitely want cover A. Next, we have Miles Morales, #41. Probably have to type Spider-Man 41. So we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man at #41. Love this cover. Love this Beyond cover by Nuri Dur. Really cool. Really, really interesting take. Love that. And then you have your A cover, which is done by Torin Clark. Let's get some A cover action going on there. So, written by Saladin Ahmed, artist Chris Allen, cover artist Torin Clark. Salim, Miles spelled backwards, Salim's Empire Strikes Back. Ooh, I hear the Emperor's March in my head. The full might of the Empire of the Spider bears down on Miles Morales' small band of resistance fighters. For Miles, their one chance for victory will come at a great cost. But is Spider-Man prepared to pay it? And what does the future hold for Billy Morales? That is why we're not leaving this book on the table. All of the other stuff is well and good and cool. What does the future hold for Billy Morales? Y'all been collecting your Miles Morales #13s and your #38s. And now you're going to see on some level if it was worth your investment. What does the future hold for Capitan Billy? We're going to find out. Miles Morales #41. You don't want to leave it on the table. You want to find out. You want to know. So, the last book, again, we're talking multiverses. We've been talking multiverses. Very popular title. This is Spider-Gwen. Gwenverse. I got to do Gwenverse and all that, huh? #5, 1 in 100, 1 in 25. You know the deal. It's always the same. The 1 in 100 is gone. This is Spider-Verse, Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse #5. Your Peach Momoko. That's #4. Let us get up out of there because that is #4. We want #5. That's what y'all doing. Can we get some #5 going on? Yes, all the way at the bottom. So here's your 1 in 100 copy, Momoko. Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 5. That is your Momoko cover, Peach Momoko. And then you have your 1 in 25 done by Nicoletta Baldari. That is sick. Really cool. Like it. Then you have your cover B. Where'd the cover B game go? Oh, man. Yeah, get it in order, Diamond. All right. Well, they're not going to show us the B cover, but here is the David Nakayama Spider-Verse, Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 5 cover featuring all of the various multiversal iterations of Spider-Gwen, Captain Marvel Spider-Gwen, who we haven't seen yet, Thor, Iron Gwen, Captain America Gwen, Wolverine Gwen, Gwen. We're getting them all. Don't think we've seen Captain Marvel Gwen yet, though. That is really cool. So then, written by Tim Seeley, artist Jody Nishijima, and cover artist David DNA Nakayama. Face to face with finale. Gwen has one last stop, and it's at the end of time to face the one who started it all. Finale. But if Gwen defeats finale, will her time be fixed? Perhaps not as she remembers it. And what's to happen to the other Gwens? Don't miss the epic final issue that will impact Gwen Stacy's entire timeline. Finale. So at the finale, we have to face finale. See what they did there. Multiverse, I'm in. Preview game, no. So that is that. And that's what you should be looking for. Really cool books dropping. Do I need to say you should be looking for Grimm number 3, second print, Grimm number 4. These things can't stay in stock. They can't stay on shelves. 20th Century Men, just in recap, is a book I'm really excited about. Power Rangers Unlimited Death Ranger. We're getting the Death Ranger. We are getting the Death Ranger. Man, Goat, and Bunny Man, that 1 in 10. Oh, there's one more book I forgot to tell y'all about. We gonna talk about it. Skipped it. Marvel book. Tons of keys this week. This is Carnage number 5. We're getting Carnage. You should get Carnage. I like this book because I like first appearances. I like when they tell me, yo, here's a first appearance. This is what we doing. Carnage number 5. There are 2 covers. Here is your Wolf variant. This has been all over the Key Collector. And here is your Kendrick Lim variant, Carnage Craves All. Oh, by the way, it's written by Ram V. So, I mean, when Ram V writes a book, Ram V is dope. Artist Francesco Manna, cover artist Kendrick Lim, Carnage Craves All. Carnage's crusade reaches an unprecedented level of destruction and threatens not just the here and now, but everything that everything that ever was or will ever be. Hydra Man, Spot the serial killer. No. This isn't the Carnage we're talking about. This isn't the issue. Or perhaps it is. At any rate, Carnage gets a new sidekick. I just want to make that clear. Carnage Crusade reaches an unprecedented level of destruction and threatens not just the here and now, but everything that ever was or ever will be. Hydra Man, Spot, the serial killer known as the artist. What horrifying puzzle is Carnage trying to put together with these pieces? Who will be its next victim, and who will Detective John Shade be able to stop? And how? And will Detective John Shade be able to stop the crimson-clad creature before it is too late? This is Carnage number 5. However, Carnage is going to end up with a new sidekick in this book. This has been all over the Key Collector. Whatever got out. People know there will be. Oh, I didn't even show you the Carnage book. Oh, okay. Well, yep, Carnage number 5. At any rate, that is what it is. Carnage number 5 from Marvel Comics is dropping. You want it. Carnage is going to get a new sidekick. At any rate, that's what it is. We recapped everything. I think you really want to make sure you have Fantastic Four number 46 on your radar. We're going to get ready to get up out of here, but I appreciate everyone who stopped into the room. I appreciate everyone who watched us from YouTube or is going to watch us from YouTube. Appreciate everyone who watches us on Facebook or will be watching us on Facebook. You already see, I saw the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Find us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, join the Facebook group, find us on YouTube, check out our videos, subscribe to the channel, thumb it up, thumb it down, Instagram, and the Twitter. Do all of the things. Do all of the things. Do not miss out on what Comic Sense is putting out. That having been said, shout out to the Comic Sense crowd, community, and crew. This has been Final Order Cutoff, Uncanny Spec, otherwise known as Focus. I'm IshUX. Shut up, Ish. And I'm out of here.